Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about random things that make me happy. I think some of them are quite boring, but still make me happy, so I'll explain a bit how it works. Let's get started. Okay, so the majority of them are actually around the idea of optimizing time and resources, so keep that in mind so that it actually ties everything all together. So the first one is manage my personal finances. And this can sound dreadful and boring and annoying, but hear me out. Having the stability and certitude that money is never going to be an issue, for me brings me happiness. And that's why personal finance is a way to get that covered. It's not the act itself, but it's the result of it. And because the result is so meaningful to me, it actually makes the process enjoyable. So that's number one. Number two is focusing on meaningful relationships. And by this, I mean focusing on relationships that are truly worth it for you. I think in a lot of cases, we try to make relationships work because we think it's the right thing to do, but we don't actually want to nurture those relationships. A good example might be you might go on a date and the person's very nice, interesting, but it just doesn't click. And because you think, well, there's nothing wrong with this person, you force yourself into going into a second date. And that's the main thing I want to get to. There's always effort to be put in a relationship, and that's normal and healthy, but it should never be forced. And finding out that balance is, for me, key to happiness, and make sure that the relationship are actually bringing me happiness. So number three of boring thing that brings me happiness is cooking and meal prep. I know this is, for some people, a passion, for some people, very annoying. For me, it's kind of in the middle. I like the process, but I hate the time it takes. So the way I make this into like a productive activity is by cooking once a day before dinner for the dinner and the following lunch. So this way I only have to cook once, and that's done for the following lunch as well, and that's perfect for me. Number four is automating things. So I love the idea of automating chores that you have to do. I try to automate as much chores I can. So one of the big ones I did recently was grocery shopping. It was always a source of worry about, is it going to be enough for the week? Did I forget any ingredients? Did I forget, that recurrent thing you need, but you always forget, like a bin bag or things like this. So what I did is create a dynamic Excel spreadsheet with all the meals I eat and all the ingredients you need to do the meal and the quantity of it. And then I just input the 14 meals I want to eat for the week. And it dynamically generates one single grocery list with all the ingredients added up for all the meals. And then the second section of recurrent items like oil, salt, pepper, bin bags, things like this. So this saves time and money as well, because you don't wander through the aisles and buy random things. Right now, groceries takes 10 minutes. I know I have everything I need, and it's perfect for me, and it brings me happiness. Things number five. So this is tracking my progress in any area of my life, really. This is to make sure that I'm on track on my long-time goals. So this could be like my net worth, or comparing my actual spend to my budget, or monitoring the evolution of my weight if I'm bulking or cutting. So for me, that's a big thing to keep motivation on my long-time goals, which brings me happiness because I know it's something beneficial for me. Number six, decluttering and owning things on the principle of minimalism. So if you're not passionate about what you wear, like me, I'm not passionate about clothes or style, I found out that having a smaller wardrobe actually makes my life a lot easier. Because even though I didn't care about style too much, I still was putting time and effort into putting an outfit together. Whereas now, I own pieces that all work together, that are very simple. I only own a few of each type of clothes, and I could pick up my clothes in the dark and I'd be happy with the result. And for me, that's perfect. It's less time consumed, for me wasted, because I'm not passionate about this thing, and a lot less worry. And that goes for everything in life. I'm sure you're not passionate about cutlery, but I am sure that when you reach for a spoon and you get that one spoon that you don't like, you're kind of bummed. You know, it doesn't make you sad, but you're like, oh, I guess I'll use that spoon. Like if you just bin that spoon, you're gonna make it work with the spoons you have and you're actually happy with. So I try to only own things that actually always make me content when it's something I'm not passionate about, and that goes by reducing the amount of things I own. And the 7th and final boring thing that make me happy is tidying up. So for a lot of people this is the biggest chore, and for me sometimes it is as well, but the result of it and the way it makes me feel motivates me to actually go through it and make me happy in the end. This just frees up my mind from a constant clutter, and this also goes for digital space, and I only realized this recently, but having like 2000 screenshots, actually trying to find one was a nightmare. But now that I go through it and delete what I don't need, it's actually a lot easier to navigate through my phone and a lot more pleasant. And the big thing on the digital aspect is notifications. So I'm sure you receive a lot of notifications every day that you don't actually care about. It might be Pinterest recommending you some things that you don't actively look for, or it might be Facebook recommending you a friend, which if you want to add someone on Facebook, it should come from you. You know, all those notifications that make you pick up your phone, dismiss the notification, and then make you use your phone, whereas you didn't actually want to use your phone. Deleting this type of notification for this app means they're never going to pop up again. And this took about 2 weeks for me to get rid of all those types of notifications that I don't actually want. I use my phone a lot less because I don't get interrupted by those notifications I don't actually get value of. That doesn't mean you have to block all the notifications for one app. There's a lot of settings now where you can block types of notifications, so look into this. So that's it. That was the last boring thing I do that brings me happiness. Definitely let me know in the comment what type of actions you like to do that people might categorize as boring but brings you satisfaction, because I feel like this is very personal, so I'd like to see what it's like for you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you very soon. Bye.